I keep saying standards. There's no standards. They haven't had standards in many, many years. Where's all the standards? Uh, yeah, I still haven't found them. Pueblo PD officer arrested by the FBI for. Now, there's some words and terms and phrases YouTube don't like. I'll point them out, but I'm not going to say them. Here they are. January 31st. Now, I found 3 articles. They're all 3 pretty much the same with one distinct difference, and I'll point that out. I'm not going to read all 3 articles in their entirety because they're all 3 the same. But there's a noticeable difference. Pueblo, Colorado. The Pueblo Police Department, PPD, announced Friday that a now former officer has been arrested by the FBI in partnership with the Colorado Springs Police Department on a charge of possess, distribute a Class 3 felony. According to the PPD, they were advised on January 30th, 2025 that Officer Gerardo Majia, I guess it is, was under investigation and that an arrest warrant had been obtained. Within hours of the department being notified, Mejia was arrested and subsequently tendered his resignation. Due to his prompt resignation, Mejia was not placed on administrative leave, the department said. Gerardo Majia was an officer with the department for 2 years, the PPD said. Pueblo Police Chief Chris Noeller released the following statement. I want to emphasize that no one is above the law, yada yada yada, right? Our department has taken swift action to address this behavior, which represents a significant violation of trust and moral standards. How many times we heard that? Mejia's alleged actions are solely his own and do not reflect or represent the values, standards, or integrity of the men and women of the Pueblo Police Department. Blah, blah, blah. We hear that all the time. And then another one pops up. Usually in the same department, we understand as law enforcement officials that it is essential that we operate with the highest level of integrity to maintain the trust of the community we serve. Any actions that undermine our oath will not be tolerated. Sounds like the same shit, different day. We will collaborate with the FBI and any necessary agencies to ensure these actions are punished to the fullest extent of the law. PPD said they have no further comment on this matter. I'm sure they do not. They want it to go away. Here we are.
Now to a story that's new at 4. The FBI arrested a Pueblo police officer this week for sex crimes involving children. Now, many of the cases that officer is involved with could be thrown into question. KRDO 13's Emily Coffey is live outside of the El Paso County Jail, where that officer is in custody, breaking down what we know about this arrest.
Paige, that's right. 38-year-old Gerardo Majia is now in jail here at the El Paso County Jail behind me under charges of sexual exploitation of a child. The FBI carried out that arrest warrant before notifying the Pueblo Police Department. Pueblo Police says that after the arrest, the department placed Mejia on paid administrative leave.
So he's 38. He's been in his department for 2 years. You can be in law enforcement at 21. I wonder if he's been at other departments. I wonder how long this has been going on. He just looks like a degenerate. This is no standards. What I've been saying, law enforcement has been going so far downhill these last many, many, many years that it is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm probably not going to do them all back to back. Probably 4 other videos of law enforcement and a fire chief doing the same thing. It is absolutely ridiculous. They should all be under the prison.
And launched an internal investigation, and Mejia resigned the very same day, yesterday the 30th. Mejia was an officer with the department for the last 2 years, and he is now facing a felony charge for sexual exploitation of a child for the possession and distribution of child pornography. A criminal defense lawyer in Pueblo tells...
Also, wait till they find out about that. They'll probably have him in SEG where he can't be around other people because it won't take them long to find out, A, he's a former cop, and A, he's done what he's done. Criminals call them what you want. They don't tolerate that in there.
Tells me that now every case that Mejia was involved in, from DUIs to domestic violence and beyond, could now be tossed out or impacted due to his inability to provide testimony.
I imagine that some of these lower cases, the lower charges, that the DA is going to say, listen, we don't want to deal with this. We're already down manpower. We don't have the time to litigate whether or not we're going to give the defense attorney his personnel file.
This is what happens when you have zero standards. You just hire anybody that walks in off the street. Where's the psychological evaluation? These people going into law enforcement should have so many psychological evaluations. I said it before and I'll say it again, that they should have nightmares about having to have a psychological evaluation. This is absolutely ridiculous. No standards. And we get what we pay for.
Dismiss these cases.
Mejia now remains in this jail here behind me with no bond sent. He's expected back in court in early February. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Emily Coffey, KRDO 13.
Thanks.
Anyway, stop. Then I went to this article because here, this one said, not placed on paid administrative leave. Okay. This one, Pueblo, January 31st. This one was January 30th. Published January 31st. January 30th. Colorado Springs. It's the same thing. Manor, officer, partnership, arrest, launched an internal prison investigation, was paid on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. This action is in line with the due process procedures of the City of Pueblo regarding alleged employee misconduct. Mejia resigned while under investigation on the day of his arrest. He was in Oswego Department for 2 years. The case will be prosecuted by the Fourth Judicial District Attorney's Office. So we knew that. Placed on paid administrative leave. Was not placed on paid administrative leave. This is January 31st at 9:56 a.m. This one just says January 31st. And this one is with an update. Pueblo police officer resigns after being arrested by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I'm only guessing that because it says updated as 11:56 a.m. So January 31st, and then it says 7:40 p.m. Was it updated at 7:40 p.m.? The Pueblo Police Department issued a statement saying that due to Mejia's timely resignation, he was not placed on paid administrative leave. So I'm confused. Pueblo Police say that the department launched an internal investigation and placed Mejia on paid administrative leave for the duration of the investigation. Thursday, this is the same thing. The department launched an internal investigation and placed Mejia on paid administrative leave for the duration of the investigation. Maybe this is the update. Okay, never mind. The Pueblo issued a statement saying that timely resignation, he was not placed on, because maybe that's the update. Maybe it's not the article that's the update. So at the PM, he was not on paid administrative leave. Okay, either way. I mean, he is a absolute degenerate. And then it just has his post, which is Peace Officer Standard and Training. Peace Officer CO 202521, Gerardo Majia. Certification status certified. That's his name. Employment type certified police officer. Peace. That's so funny. When they always escalate and never de-escalate. Current employer, Pueblo Police Department. And then post actions, January 30th, 2025. Action is 2553. And the action is being subject to a criminal investigation, allegation, not conviction. And that's his name, Colorado Peace Officer Standard Training. That's his post that I keep talking about, that they should take and burn and act like that shit never existed. If they don't get a handle on this, it is not going to get any better. It is not going to get any better. I thought there was another picture of that degenerate. Remember. Just remember. And there's a picture on one of these. This is what you're dealing with. That is what you're dealing with. This has got to go. There's nothing about that remotely right. Nothing about it remotely right. He can't defend against it. They can't defend him against it. I don't care. In order for law enforcement to get back where it used to be, it looks like they're going to have to burn this shit completely to the ground and build it from the bottom up. Because it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. I don't know if I mentioned it or not earlier, but I have probably 4 or 5 more articles on the same thing. Police officers, deputies, and fire chiefs. So this is where we're at. And it's ridiculous. It has got to stop. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Also, analytics say that 95% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? It is free. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and I think you know the rest. I'm out.